Hi, this is Sweetiepiehammies, and this is a second version of Hamster Care Part 1, hopefully much louder and you can hear better. Right, now we'll start again with bedding. In the UK, wood shavings are either pine or spruce. They're described as soft wood shavings. These are kiln dried mostly in the UK, and the kiln drying process breaks down most of the aromatic oils, which are the things that cause the respiratory problems in the hamsters. In America and Canada, the wood shavings are not kiln dried, so pine and cedar wood shavings still have the aromatic oils inside them, so should be avoided. Paper-based bedding can be used. One of these is Carefresh. Carefresh can be quite expensive. It is about £6 or £7, I think, for 10 or 14 litres. It's much cheaper in America, I think, and there's also another version of Carefresh called Critter Care, which you can get in America from Walmart. Because of Carefresh being quite expensive in the UK, people find other alternatives. You can use paper-based cat litter, or people use horse beddings. They use, one of the most popular is Megazorb. Megazorb is much cheaper than Carefresh. You can get Megazorb online for £7 for 85 litres with £5 postal packaging, which works out a lot cheaper. There's other hemp-based horse beddings you can use, and tea bag cut-offs, and finer card as well. I'm thinking of changing to Megazorb soon, although I have heard it can be a bit rough on the hamster's feet, so I'll need to investigate that. For nesting materials, which I didn't talk about before, the best kind of nesting material is ripped up toilet tissue, tissues, kitchen roll. You can either rip it up yourself or just put in the sheets and let your hamster rip it up. In Wilkinson's they sell J-cloth bedding, which is completely safe as well, and this is very cheap and you can get nice big bags of it. You can get already shredded paper bedding, paper nesting materials from Pets at Home as well, although it's a lot cheaper just to get really cheap, like Tesco value, toilet tissue and kitchen roll and just rip it up yourself. The ones to avoid are the fluffy wool beddings. These can get tangled around the hamster's feet and cut off their circulation. They can get stuck in their pouches, and they can get caught in their stomachs and cause a lot of pain and discomfort and sometimes death in hamsters. So it's best to avoid those sorts of beddings completely and just stick with just plain toilet tissue. Is the safest nesting material there is, and definitely the cheapest. I think I talked about food before, so I'll go over that again. One of the best and most popular brands of hamster food in the UK is Harry Hamster. This is Hazel Hamster in America. You want a hamster food that has at least 16% protein and less than 4% fat if you can. The best, like I said, the best one in the UK is Harry Hamster. This is what I used to give my hamsters, but my hamster Jaffa Cake got very, very picky with his food and was basically just moving it all around his cage and not eating hardly any of it. So I've now changed him on to Pets at Home muesli, the standard muesli, which seems to have got his appetite back and he seems more keen on it. This isn't as healthy as the Harry Hamster, so once he gets his appetite back a bit, I'm going to try and wean him onto the Pets at Home Premium muesli, which is supposed to be very much like Harry Hamster, so hopefully that should work well. You could get complete hamster foods. Pets at Home do hamster nuggets. You can get Supreme Selective Diet, which is like little sort of heart-shaped biscuits. These are complete diets, like pellet diets. These can be good, especially if you've got picky hamsters, but sometimes they can get bored with them because they haven't got the variety. So the best thing is probably to mix a complete food in with a muesli food to give them the most variety. You can put mealworms into their food for added protein, because of course hamsters are not vegetarians, they are omnivores. So in the wild they would eat crickets and other insects. So you can also give them cooked chicken, cooked turkey, as long as it's plain with no seasoning. You can give them baby foods, as long as it has no garlic or spices inside it. These are also good forms of protein. You can give them porridge. You can mix plain porridge oats into their food, or you can mix up porridge with either water or milk. It's best to use soya milk or kitten milk, because as hamsters become older they can become lactose intolerant, and normal milk would cause this problem. So it's best to use kitten milk or soya milk. Good healthy treats would be fruits and vegetables. With fruits, you need to avoid fruits for dwarf Campbell and dwarf winter white hamsters, as these are the hamsters that are most susceptible to diabetes. All hamsters can get diabetes, but this breed is the most susceptible to it. And also there are sugary vegetables, so you need to pick out corn, peas, and avoid carrots for this breed of hamsters as well. But all other vegetables are fine, apart from iceberg lettuce, which is mostly water and can cause diarrhoea, and not too much cabbage either. No raw potatoes, no almonds, no kidney beans, no citrus fruits. But other fruits are fine for Syrian hamsters. You can give apples and grapes. Vegetables, you can give spinach, you can give broccoli, all sorts of different vegetables like that. So you can make up a little hamster salad. They can have it once, twice a week, just small amounts to start off with and then build up. You can also give them eggs for protein as well, especially for young hamsters, or if your hamster's expecting and having babies, then you need to up their protein levels an awful lot. Store-bought treats, you can get yogurt drops, you can get milk drops, you can get chocolate drops. Pets at Home do them, Rotastack do them. You can get Rotastack fruity biscuits. There's all sorts of different treats that you can get. You can get honey bars, things that hang from the side of the bars. There's loads and loads of different ones in different prices. You can spend loads and loads, or you can just spend a little. But on these packets, the top ingredient is normally sugar. So for, like I said, for dwarf Campbell and winter whites, you need to avoid these treats. It's best just to give them vegetables, or baby foods, or egg or turkey as treats, or mealworms, rather than the fruits. But for Syrian hamsters, you can give them fruits, and you can also give them the store-based treats as well.